So today I'm behind the wheel of the 2021 Genesis G80, and I wanted to showcase the interior of this thing. So like normal, I'm going to start from left to right. Over on the left, you got your normal window switches, door locks, rear mirror adjust. You've got presets you can set for your seating position, door latch. You got nice Lexicon speakers tucked behind to the left of the steering wheel. You've got the button for the dim level of the gauges. You've got the auto start, stop. You've got lane assist. You've got traction control. You've got a button for the hatch, and you also have the parking brake button. Right here is a little latch for some fuses. Moving to the gauge cluster. So it's a full digital display. It has an option which is currently set, which does not come through on the camera, but it mimics a sort of 3D display, kind of like a 3D diorama if you ever made one when you were a kid in kindergarten. Every once in a while you may see some purple colors coming up here, right? It's only visible on the camera. It's just sensors to see if your eyes are on the road, things of that. You can also cycle through in the middle of the display. You have miles per hour right now, driver attention warning, that's where those sensors come in, tire pressure. You can select some other options, drive info, fuel info, just info of how long you've been driving, and back to miles per hour. You've got your fuel gauge right here to the left, as well as digitally, what temperature is outside. You got live miles per gallon. Right here it displays what mode you're in, which I'll cycle through and show you. I'm currently in sport mode. You got your temps, and then you've got two big gauges, the speedometer and the tach. As you can see, the tach swings the other way and they basically meet in the middle if you were to be going 160 miles an hour, but you will probably not be doing that in G8, but they basically swing opposite. And speaking while I'm on the gauge cluster, something I always forget to showcase in a Genesis: if you are turning left or right and you hit your blinker on, it shows you a camera and replaces the gauge and then shows what the gauge would have shown as a digit up top. So if I want to go right, it shows you the RPM you are up top, and it shows you a camera of the rear wheel so you don't clip a curb. I really like that feature. And obviously how I was adjusting that is the blinker. And over on the right you have normal wipers. Moving back to the steering wheel, you've got paddle shifters on the left and the right. Obviously down is left, up is right. You've got on the left, you got volume control, little knob to switch between radio stations if you like. You've got a mode button switching between a different station types, XM, FM, whatever. You've got favorites button, you got call options above that. Over here is how I was switching what was in the middle of the screen. You also have a page button that can cycle through different options. And you got different cruise control settings as well. Behind the steering wheel, you've got the start-stop button. And then moving to the beautiful 14.5-inch display. So there's a few ways to move about the options on this screen. A few of the options you can change through the steering wheel, like I showed you with the little tuner button. There's also a dial, which I'll show you in the center console. But the other cool thing is this screen is actually touchscreen as well. So that is the cool screensaver home screen. Shows you, the temperature, what you're currently listening to, and this is actually a live screen of the GPS nav map screen, as you would, and of course the time. So if you swipe over, you can then see all the different options. So I don't have a phone connected because I'm currently recording on it. You've got Sirius XM, phone, media, your seat, your setup. Let's just go into settings, show you everything you can change. So you can got driver assistance, drive mode settings, active sound design that basically pumps some noise through the speakers. Just put that on strong so it's a little louder, why not? You got your heads-up display settings, things of that nature. You got maps. You've got HD radio data, connected services, voice memo, sounds of nature. I actually like to use that. I have a newborn and we put the ocean waves tunes on all the time, and it soothes them to sleep. Well, let me turn that back off. Valet mode, climate, which you can control up here as well as down below, which I'll show you. But if you were to keep it on this screen, you'd basically be controlling climate from two different locations. Notification settings, and of course you can just access the whole manual if you'd like. And that's it for that. Just put it back on a nice home screen. Right below you've got two vents, and it kind of is all one piece, but there's two vents and there's one down there obviously where the knobs are. You've got your hazards right below that. Then you've got some quick select buttons to control what I just showed you. So if you wanted to quickly go to maps, nav, radio, media, your favorites, and just a setup screen. Below that you've got your climate control settings. So over on the left and all the way over to the right, those are actual buttons, whereas everything inside the two knobs, this is kind of like a touch screen. So right now I've got heated seat on, but this is just like and it's got like a little bit of vibration feedback when you push it. And these are knobs to adjust, which display a little digital number, which is cool. So down below that, you got a nice little cubby hole. It's got a phone charger as well as some USB ports. You've got a nice little, let me move this out of the way, cup holders that can be hidden as well. I'm just using it to store the bottom piece of my gimbal right now. And I'll move behind that first before going to the left. So right here is the drive mode button. And what that does obviously is selects between different drive modes. So I'm going to push them and then I'll display what it changes up on the information cluster. So right now I'm in sport. You can see eco and it changes up to the right as well. Custom. The custom drive mode can be changed from the settings screen that I showed you. You got comfort. And just back to sport is where I had it. Then you have the, it says P, but it's basically a camera button. Mostly be used for, I guess, parking. That's why they put the P there, but if you wanted, you can just push it whenever you want. And you can see all around the car. Oops, sorry. There you go. And you push it again, and it goes away. And then right next to that is the parking sensor button. Moving to the left of that, you've got your dial to select what gear you want to be in. So right now I am park, put a foot on the brake, and you can switch between reverse, drive, neutral, and to put it back in park, push down. You got the auto hold button, which I love. It saves your right foot when you're at some traffic situations. You put your foot on the brake, push this button, and the car will hold for you, giving you the ability to stretch your legs. Above that, you've got a nice dial, which will control what you're doing up top. And you can also push up and down. So you can twist it like a dial, you can push up, down. It's a really useful dial. Above that, you got some quick options to control up top as well. Back, home, menu. To the left right here, this is the volume slider. And that is a tuner slider. Much just like on the steering wheel. Behind this, you have a nice little cubby hole. You push a button right under here, and it releases a 2-latch system. You've got a nice 12-volt battery plug hidden right here. And to close it, you just put them together. You've got a nice glove box with a key. Give you a look at the Lexicon speakers that I showed when we first started the video. Give you a look at the door. This is what the seats look like. I really like how you can control what to move the seat from the driver's seat. It's a really good, useful function. Give you a look at the second row. It features a sunroof for both rows. The sunroof controls. And that is pretty much the interior of the 2021 Genesis G80. Thanks for watching.